Well, hello, welcome back. My name's Rowan, and we're playing Dragon Age Origins once again. In our last episode, we basically traveled to the Frostback Mountains. This time, instead of to climb them, or instead of climbing them, we are going underground into the Kingdom of the Dwarves of Orzammar. We're actually headed back there right now. We started doing the little side quests, helping Dagna, went to the circle to kind of help her out. Now we're going to go back and talk to her again, and then we're actually going to continue on with some of those Orzammar quests.
Yes.
You know what? We're going to switch it up. We're going to have Shale as our tank. We're going to have Zevran as our archer, rogue, and we're going to have, we'll have Morgan as... There's only 2 mages, so part of me thinks that I probably should have just made another mage. Maybe another playthrough at some point. I'll make a mage, a blood mage. We can travel directly to Orzammar now. We don't have to go through the Frostback mountains again. Less running is good, particularly in this game. I mean, it is beautiful for its time and everything, but yeah. Alright, let's see. Where to next? That's the diamond. We haven't been to the diamond quarter, I think. Oh, no. Let's go find Dagna first. Yeah, she's down this way. There she is. Hello, young one.
Hello, how can I... It's you! And it's been, well, quite a while. Enough time to get to the circle and back, I hope. Oh, please tell me what they said. Ancestors, bless you. I can't believe it. There hasn't even been a dwarven observer in the circle since your Relden in the 13th century. I need to pack. No, my parents would get suspicious. I need to go. Is there anything I should bring? Books? Tuition? Then I should go before my parents come looking for me. If you ever go to the circle again, maybe I'll see you there.
Maybe we will need to go by the circle again. See if she is there. I don't think I've done that before. Alright, we're going to go to the Diamond Quarter next. Have we been here? Bilgor's Imports? No, apparently not. And we're going to turn this in later because we need to get as many nugs as humanly possible. I think we get gold for every single nug.
Ancestors guide your steps, Warden.
Let me guess. This is where the rich dwarves live, yes?
Yeah, I'd say so, Zevran. Let's check tactics here. I'm not sure. We haven't worked with all of these guys together yet, so let's see. Rowan, I don't need to worry about because I'm controlling her. Shale, ally being attacked by a melee attack, taunt. If surrounded by at least 2 enemies, he bellows. Tank is elite or higher, Stone Roar, which is this one. Shale attracts the attention of a single targeted enemy who now views Shale as the most urgent threat on the battlefield, although the enemy may re-engage other party members if they attack it. After learning this talent, Shale gains a bonus to health regen whenever Stoneheart is active, increasing the existing bonuses of that mode. Speaking of Stoneheart being active, let's do that and threaten. Yeah, there we go. There's a possibility that I could tank on Rowan while Stone Aura is going on in the background, because that gives huge bonuses. I am wearing heavy armor, but that gives huge bonuses to attack, all this other stuff. I could probably turn on Threaten. It might work. We might have to try it if things don't go well with Shale at first. Okay, so Stone Roar, enemy surrounded by at least 3 enemies, regenerating burst, which I don't know what that does. Let's see. Jail explodes with energy, damaging all nearby enemies who are also stunned unless they pass a physical resistance check. I'm going to change this to self surrounded by at least 2 enemies. And then this one, self surrounded by at least 3 enemies. Put that one up second place because that's almost like a taunt. And then we'll leave that as is. That should be enough, I think.
What would you like?
Let's see. Did we do... Yeah, we gave her Spirit Healer, so she kind of is the spec we need her to be right now.
So be it.
Good to see you.
Zevran will do Song of Valor
This won't take long.
and Aim. It's actually unfortunate that Mark of Death is a melee ability. Rogues are much better in the other 2 games. Rogues are good in this game, but their abilities are kind of, I don't know, like some of their abilities aren't as good. Which is why I picked a warrior. Because look at all these activated abilities that I actually have to use. It makes the gameplay much more entertaining. Hello, Nug.
Legion of the Dead sighted battling Darkspawn near Orzammar. They have no orders while throne stands empty. Make Harrowmont your king now.
So I'm assuming, yeah, Harrowmont's in there. Let's see. Lady Dace.
News of the hour. Does Lord Harrowmont think that Orzammar can hold off the dwarves forever? The Assembly demands an answer.
There's the Royal Palace. That's where Prince Bhelen is right now. It's the Chamber of the Assembly. Then we have a Shaper here. Yep, Shaper it.
Say.
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories? Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shapered. What have we been reduced to? I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being casteless. Imagine! He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Shaper reported a theft from the Shaper. The thief has a bald head and garish tattoos, suggesting he is a brand from the slums. Oh, we'll have to go back there anyway to turn this one in. Get more gold from this little transaction that we did. Orda.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research. I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads. A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Bhelen and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
I'm actually looking forward to going into the deep roads.
Very well.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories. The Grey Warden's visit has been recorded in the memories, along with all who accompany you. Ask, and I shall do my best to answer. All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. But only one every few generations rises to Paragon. A Paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change Orzammar so much that the Assembly recognizes they've been born blessed. They are venerated as living ancestors and found a new noble house forever bearing their name. There is one Paragon of this generation, a woman named Branka. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it. It earned her Paragon status.
Huh.
She went into the deep roads 2 years ago seeking out secrets of the ancient smiths. She never returned. We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep roads as theirs did above. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn.
Kal Sharok, that's the other dwarven faction that actually still exists. They just don't know. I think they don't know, at least.
The Paragon Caradon, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle, but Caradon's tide is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more. Yes, we have only a few dozen left in Orzammar, and I do not recognize this one. Where did you find it? Every golem is precious to us. We'd pay a good sum for a new find.
I'd sooner jump into a pit of lava.
Unfortunate. Was there anything else? I must tell the rest of the Shaperate about this discovery. At the other side of the old empire, during the last Blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Sharok is the only other city to outlast the Blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us.
Okay, so they do know about it. I thought they didn't. My bad.
I will settle your mind if I can, Warden. Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
All right, let's open
you
a
return, Warden.
open a
Is there
chantry.
more you would know from Orzammar's memories? That is an odd request, especially for one so new to our city. I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition? He seems a charitable man, but that is a thin thread on which to tie Orzamar's traditions. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more? I will record this conversation in the memories. I hope I do not come to regret it.
Honestly, it seems a little odd that Brother Burkle was even allowed down here. Considering that he's from the surface, and that is frowned upon by the dwarves.
Are you looking for records of the Grey Wardens? We have many. Very well.
Gloves of Diligence. Armor of Diligence. Gloves of Diligence. Very good. Health regen. Maybe we'll get boots and a helm, huh?
I shall do it.
There we go. We can go give the news to Brother Burkle now.
News
This
of the
is the
hour.
royal palace,
Two
then.
more clans.
What treasures could lie within?
Legion of the Dead sighted battling Darkspawn near Orzammar.
Hey, another
The
nug.
Swamp Witch has a great deal in common with my former master.
The Swamp Witch. How original.
The Swamp Witch has the same arrogance, the same air of cruelty. I would hate for it to have possession of my control rod, if it still worked, of course.
Let me tell you what you can do with your control rod, Gollum.
Is it telling me that if the rod did work, that it wouldn't want control over me?
I wouldn't go so far as that. I could, for instance, command you to go and jump in a lake. A very deep lake.
It fools no one. The Swamp Witch would control everything if it could. It would have us all dancing on its strings.
Oh, you know me too well, Gollum. Your revealing gaze has laid me bare.
I will be watching the Swamp Witch. It must not be trusted.
Now you're beginning to sound just like Alistair.
Ah, maybe that's why she starts liking Alistair, is because she hates Shale so much. Hey there, Brother Burkle.
Andraste teaches that patience is the child of wisdom, but I'm eager to hear if you've seen the Shaper. Oh, praise the Maker! You truly walk in the light, friend. I already found a convert among the merchants who offered his shop as a temporary chantry. It's just by the tapsters. Please, come to our first service.
And so it begins, the destruction of Orzammar. One convert at a time. Alright, we're gonna go back to the Diamond Quarter. So, I'm thinking what would probably be best for the dwarves is Bhelen. Even though Bhelen technically
News of the hour.
is
Lord Harrowmont's insinuations against Lord
Hold on.
Bhelen reveal the truth. Could Harrowmont be the true cause of King Endrin's death? Shocking allegations.
So, Prince Bhelen actually did frame his brother for his other brother's murder. So, yeah. It's not a good guy. But my character doesn't know that, and all my character will know is that Bhelen is the progressive, which I don't mean progressive in the sense of American politics. I guess in the truest sense of the word progressive, as in Bhelen is the voice for change for the dwarves, and in this case, change is the dwarves have more contact with the surface. And other things like the casteless, you know, maybe have a voice, that kind of thing. Not necessarily bad. Change is not always bad. At least not in this form. So, but my character does not know that Bhelen is actually, you know, murderer or framer of his brother. So I think that the Warden would probably choose Bhelen. Canon-wise, because Bhelen is the voice of progress, and in this case, Bhelen would actually help the Blight the most, the Warden's cause the most, because that means that the dwarves would basically come out of hiding and rejoin the world in a way, rather than being holed up here underground and separated. So. Whoa.
This isn't fault. We have to get out.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
Enemy's head.
Now, the fun will make lovely crunchy noises.
Fear me.
By the ancestors. Good on you, Warden. You caught them in the act. I guess desperate times drive people to strange things. Thanks again, Warden.
Hey, another glass phylactery.
It shall be done.
Many of King Endrin's belongings have been rushed into storage, including trophies of his long reign. Among the boxes is a small glass phylactery. The area is unnaturally cold. Dark shapes swirl around a slip of paper within the vial. Here comes another revenant. And it fractures.
As you say.
I still remember my first battle. Run in fear.
Holy crap.
Get off. Don't give them the advantage.
Yeah, I really don't like how quickly...
Yes?
How quickly Morgan just died with that. Wait, what happened? Codex updated. Oh, the black bot. Okay, it's just a codex, not a quest. Let me look at her tactics. She's got ranged tactics. Ranged weapons. We're gonna use passive. Let's try that. Because she's like one of the first people to attack. It's a faster attack than what Zevran does. And Shale and myself have to run to the enemy. Zevran. Enemy target of Shale, I guess, technically.
What would you like?
More love letters, that's good.
It is begun.
No one enters the prince's estate without an invitation.
So we don't have an invitation yet.
Lord Harrowmont, said to have kicked casteless in the street.
I hope you'll support Lord Harrowmont.
Lord Bhelen is, yes, very bad.
You have come at a difficult time. Orzammar.
Guess we can go talk to Lady Dace.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to King Endrin's memory.
We can go in Harrowmont Estate then.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Forrender. Second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help. That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harrowmont cannot ignore Bhelen today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties. That's a generous offer. If you mean it, you might attend the proving today. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Bhelen found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down. That would be enlightening. Though I hope you won't pry too deeply into things they don't wish revealed. If you wish to show your loyalty, enter the proving as his lordship's champion. With your order's reputation, I've no doubt the ancestors would favor your arm.
And this is to be your king. One who cannot keep his own men from running like frightened children.
Lord Harrowmont does not use threats or intimidation to motivate his men. He leads by example.
Ah, I see. So it's his example they follow as they cower from this Prince Bhelen.
How dare you slander Lord Harrowmont?
Why should we ally ourselves with someone too scared even to grant us an audience? I suppose not everyone can face death as undaunted as an Antivan, it's true.
Then you agree to fight in Harrowmont's name. Bhelen would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then. But I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Harrowmont cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Harrowmont could certainly use you on his side.
Okay, well, let's go see what's going on over here.
I shall do it.
You must be under great strain with the blight upon the land. I will pray to the stone.
Alright, hopefully we get approached by somebody from Bhelen's camp now. There's a couple people we didn't talk to in the bar. Maybe that's where it happens. Hopefully we see somebody there.
Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. You understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no castes, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden? But there are those like you who see this with concern, no? Well, I've taken the time to actually talk to the other castes. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the assembly. Orzammar are so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary.
Well, I guess we know he's on Bhelen's side.
Badly. Oh, you're serious? Well, it's simple, I guess. The king and elected deshers of the assembly are at the top. Then it's the nobles. Then the warriors and all the craftsmen. At the bottom are servants. The casteless and criminals are below even that. Your caste is determined by that of your same-sex parent. And that's where you stay your whole life, whatever your skill. Me and 79 other fine, upstanding examples of how someone who's born into every privilege inevitably wants more. They're not fond of my views on equality. I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Quarter in his life. But Lord Harrowmont seems a bit more forgiving. Prince Bhelen's brilliant, I'll give him that, and subtle as sin. But I don't think anything in Orzammar matters more to him than winning.
Interesting. I thought for sure, given his views, he'd be with Bhelen. I think Harrowmont is likely more honorable than Bhelen, but neither of them are actually honorable, probably. Politicians, you know?
As you wish.
I hope they have a nug on the fire. I'm starving.
They're everywhere! I can't take it! What? Get away. You'll change like the rest. Monsters hidden in all my friends. There's things older than Darkspawn. And once you're in the story, they find you. See? I found copies. All from the same pen, and older than the ones in song. Dormant my ass. Take them. I want out. I won't disappear chasing a lie. I won't.
Something is working behind the scenes at Ferelden. The notes you have acquired from dead or terrified adventurers point to an ancient evil, or at least an ancient man telling stories of ancient evil. You have cause to speak with Vilm Madon, who lives somewhere in Denerim.
Afternoon, stranger. You looking for a stool to share a brew? I recommend the Lycan Ale. They brew it downstairs. Name's Naveen. I fight with Prince Bhelen's Expeditionary Field Unit. Yourself? Figured as much. Good folks, Wardens. I was in the Deep Roads when that one came by. What was his name? Dunca... something like that.
Duncan.
I met him, sure. Good man. Solid. He knows what we go through in the Deep Roads. Not many do.
Not even the ones who live this close. You have to be on the front lines. Darkspawn. Not much use in turning our weapons elsewhere while those vermin still live. I go where I'm sent, fight when I'm there, and leave politics where it belongs. Every Grey Warden ends up there. That's where they send you when you're ready to leave this world. Go die in the dark, putting away as many vermin as you can. Getting more crowded these days, though. Lots of people interested all of a sudden. We go back tomorrow, and we're not the only ones. Bhelen ordered us in at first bell. He's splitting us into 4 teams to search for some of the lost Tigers. Looking for signs of Bronca, I guess. Seems to be who everyone's after. Lord Harrowmont's got his own men there, all looking for signs of Bronca. Guess the city's getting to miss having a paragon. Everyone wants someone to put in charge. Watch yourself. Orzammar politics are getting near as dangerous as battle.
So we witnessed.
I'm coming! Hold on!
Did you need something else, Warden? Certainly, Warden.
Okay.
What's this? A human? Did we make these tunnels tall enough for humans? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesh's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today. Into the deep roads? Not without a full unit of soldiers to back you, my friend. Or Adesh's permission to risk yourself. Orzammar can't afford to lose its citizens or honored guests on casual visits to the deeps. What anyone knows, she went out there with her entire house and she's never coming back.
You don't think maybe she's still there, Commander? She is a paragon, after all.
And now she's an ancestor. No one lasts 2 years in the tunnels. Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin. Ugly beasts they are. Walk on 2 legs, but they have the head of a worm and hunt in packs. Watch out. They're not afraid to take on a group their own size. A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly. Fools that they are. Some scavenger types, too. It's an independent company of soldiers. They accept no command but their own. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes. Or sanity. They hold a funeral when they join, and swear their only goal is a glorious death. Aye, for your sake, I hope you've no reason to come here again.
Okay. I'm trying to find like some sort of initiation quest for Bhelen. Okay, let's go back to Dust Town, see if there's something we missed. Maybe we're supposed to go into the Proving Grounds. Hey, the Chantry we haven't been in.
It shall be done.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
Welcome to what will soon be Orzammar's first chantry. The chant of light will reach all corners of the world. We will never forget who made this possible. May her memory live forever.
Alright, to Dust Town. We can turn in a quest down here, I think, at least. Got Rogic, whatever his name is.
Well, if it isn't my new best friend. You make it to the tower yet? Excellent. I must say I wasn't sure I'd see you back here. Now, that was 10 sovereigns we agreed to, right? Well, that seems pretty steep. I can't believe I'd offer that much. But I do appreciate what you did. I'm gonna give you 25, and let's call it even.
Cool.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Shady Corbett.
What do you want, Warden?
You're the thief,
You're out of your
aren't you?
element down here.
Yep, thief from the Shaperate.
Is that so? What makes you think anyone here would turn me, this person in? You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden, and I've already passed your stupid tome along. Too bad for you.
Enemies of...
Well, I suppose that could have been worse.
Proving receipt. Pass it to someone in the proving grounds, okay. I'm gonna save it, and we're gonna check to see if this is anything. Door appears to be made of solid stone. There are no visible means of opening it. On closer inspection, there's a small slot concealed in a fold of stone just big enough for a finger. You see nothing but blackness. Do nothing. Yeah, okay, nothing there. Okay, and I guess that means we didn't miss anything here. I think that's everywhere, man. I don't think we have... There's a place that we haven't been except for the, proving grounds, so let's go there then. There's like a trigger on this bridge for them to continue conversations.
The swamp witch is out to slay its own mother.
Entirely in self-defense?
So it claims. It could not have been its plan from the very beginning, then.
I knew nothing about my mother's intentions prior to finding the book. It was your notion I arranged that.
Unnecessary, considering it is the only one who can read the book. It could just as well be a journal or a book of recipes.
Would you like me to teach you how to read the book? Then you can see for yourself.
Now it is testing me.
Well, do you care enough to learn or no?
No, I do not care.
Then leave me be.
You got a good point. You can't criticize someone if you're not... It's kind of like complaining about politics and then not voting, right? You really don't have much of a right to complain if you're not trying to do something about it, right?
Ah, the highlight of underground existence, I take it.
Good day, stranger. Welcome to the proving arena. We're still closed until the fighters make their preparations, but come back this afternoon if you want to watch the show. Oh, I forget you surfacers do things so differently. The provings are where the best fighters in Orzammar prove their worth and the worth of their houses. Provings can also settle matters of honor. Whoever wins receives Valos Atreitum, the ancestors' blessing. Whoever loses is deemed unworthy. All judgments in the ring are final. Prince Bhelen called a citywide proving this afternoon to honor King Endrin's memory. All the best fighters in Orzammar will face each other in sight of the ancestors and win honor for their champions. Enjoy our grand city.
My money's on the twins in round 2.
Harrowmont's men are gonna get their beards handed to them.
I shall do it.
Must the provings be so violent?
Did you see that last fight? It was really something.
Jotun Iduken fights like he's in the Legion of the Dead. You should see his eyes. Mad eyes.
How many other forms can the Swamp Witch become?
Several.
Can it become a golem?
Seeking companionship, are you?
If it could become a golem, I simply wonder why it would not stay that way. It is a superior form.
No, I cannot become a golem. I can learn to become animals, and each form must be learned anew.
And how does it learn a form? Does it read about it somewhere?
'Tis not a talent one can read from books. You must copy a creature's soul.
I do not understand.
Nor should you. Rock is unchanging. Allow it to stay that way.
Okay. I can't think of what else to do here. Let's take a look at our quests. Okay, yep, we already know about that one. We can turn in... Let me see, Orda has asked you to search for the long... That's in the deep roads. The thief didn't have the stolen tome. The receipt on his body suggests that he may have passed it to someone in the proving grounds, which we were just there. We can't do anything there. Mother's Hope, that requires the deep roads. Okay. Batar Gavorn. Prince Bhelen is one of the two men who could take the throne. To earn an audience with Bhelen, you must speak with Vartag Gavorn, his second in command. Vartag may be found in the assembly chamber, which is in the Diamond Court. Okay. We've been in the Diamond Quarter, and I'm not sure if I think we've been in the assembly chamber too. Well, we'll check it. No, we were in the palace. That's what the issue is.
News of the hour. 3 more clans in Northport.
Lord Harrowmont is a weak man, and he will be a weak king. Yes.
Okay.
Done.
There we go. That's much better.
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartag Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Bhelen. What news do you bring? Yes, the treaty. I've seen it in the Shaper's libraries. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now. My prince is the rightful king, but a disappointing number of lords back the upstart Harrowmont for the throne. If you show your support for Prince Bhelen, he might be able to assist with your requests. That hurts worst of all. That Harrowmont would take advantage of the dying king's delirium to plant such poisonous suspicions against his own son. After that, you understand why Bhelen cannot trust the word of a stranger, however reputable that stranger might be. Would you be willing to prove that? Harrowmont has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Harrowmont's deception, I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude. Harrowmont promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Harrowmont can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Harrowmont gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes. That's not important. If they ask, say you found them while searching the Shaper's libraries for your treaty. Normally, the Shapers would handle this sort of accusation. They are the scholars who manage our laws, histories, and genealogies. They are the final arbiters of all disputes in Orzammar. Unfortunately, the Shaper of Memories is the most important among them, and his grandfather was Lord Harrowmont's aunt's first cousin. Obviously, we cannot expect him to offer an unbiased opinion. I guess I can't expect you surfacers to understand the importance of family in Orzammar. The Shaper is biased, and if you want Prince Bhelen's help, you'll have to show where your loyalties lie. Will you do it? Don't expect this offer to last. If my prince hears you swore allegiance to his enemy, he won't be so friendly next time. I will be here if you change your mind.
You know what? I still don't like Bhelen, so we're just gonna not do that.
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
Well, I do.
I shall do it.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the service trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the Assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Bhelen's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The Assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions.
What they probably should have added was... Oh, there we go. Somebody to talk to. That's what I'm looking for.
Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. I'm sorry. This is the Assembly of the Clans. Only Deshers and occasional guests of state are allowed in. Forgive me. I am so exhausted. I completely forgot about the message from the Gate Guard. Welcome to Orzammar, Warden. I hope you can forgive our unrest. The loss of our king has hit us hard. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne. I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Bhelen or Lord Harrowmont, and they are slow to trust anyone in these uncertain times. I only wish there was more I could do for you.
You could explain the difference between Bhelen and Harrowmont. Because right now, they're both asking me to do stuff for them, and I don't know who I should work with. Or at least my audience. Hey, maybe Doolin will explain.
Do you see how things lie, Warden? Lord Harrowmont cannot trust you unproven, but he welcomes a good faith gesture. Provings are how our ancestors show their judgment, pitting body against body in a ring of scared stone. Everyone in Orzammar accepts that judgment.
Sacred scared. That's an odd mistake to leave in the game.
I served under General Harrowmont for 3 years. Under his command, every dwarven life is important. He would not waste even a single soldier. He's the king Orzammar needs, especially in a blight.
Bhelen would call any fight a victory so long as he remains standing. The usual. A couple of Idukans, some Gavorns. He has many men lined up, but not all of them are top-ranking. Piotin Idukan and Wojciech Ivo are his best. They're both unpredictable, and some of the best fighters Orzammar has seen. Bhelen is hosting a proving tournament to honor his father's memory, but he somehow scared off most of Lord Harrowmont's fighters. If you can enter as Harrowmont's champion, you would prove your dedication well. Excellent. The arena is located off the Commons. Talk to the Proving Master and tell him you're entering Lord Harrowmont's roster. The key fighters we lost were Guidon and Beisel. You can look for them in the fighters' preparation chambers behind the ring. And be sure it's before the fights begin. After the first bout, no one may change the roster. If you need to find me again, I will wait in the Tapster's Tavern off the Commons. There is no better place to hear gossip. Perhaps even word of your victory.
Raise your voice in favor of Lord Bhelen.
Raise your voice in support of Lord Harrowmont.
It'll be 2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Branka didn't go alone, Ogren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do, that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teat? Ha! I'll...
You lift a weapon, or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exiled. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman.
Interesting. Kinda think we should follow that guy. His name is Ogren, by the way. To the bar.
Oh, I've been hearing.
See if he's got anything to say. There's Ogren.
What do you want? Hey, I heard about you. Grey Warden, coming from the surface. Great crisis in the world. People are saying how you've thrown yourself on Harrowmont's wagon train. I figured you'd be the one, you know, who could help me find Branka. But I guess you're just like all the rest. You don't need a king to face a Blight. You need a paragon. The Assembly elects them, but they're higher than the Assembly. They become nobles, but they're more than anyone born to a house. They're what every dwarf with a spine not made of soap dreams of being. City's only living paragon, and she's been lost in the deep roads for 2 years. 2 years, and no one's raised a bleeding army to go look for her. What's it matter to you, huh? You trying to find out her secrets? That what Harrowmont sent you here for? I know he's been poking around, trying to find things out about her, what she was looking for. Won't tell me spit, though. He looking to take it for himself? A little lost technology of the ancients to throw Bhelen right out of the picture? Too little, too late. But it's a nice gesture, Warden. If you think your boot kissing will get you an in I don't have, you're welcome to try this. I know both Harrowmont and Bhelen have been asking about her. 2 years without a peep, and suddenly now they want to start looking. If you find out what they know, it might just put me a step closer to finding her. Or sit here and have a drink. It's all the bleeding same to me. Barkeep? Sod off, Duster.
Oh, wow. I hope I didn't ruin my chances of recruiting Ogren, who is our last party member we're supposed to get. Maybe we still get him, but he's just kind of pissed at us right now.
Back so soon? The proving is not finished. What happened? That you spoke to him even after our discussion is not reassuring. I assume you still intend to fight in the proving. May the ancestors guide your arm.
Alright, to the proving.
So, here is a question for the Painted Elf.
Painted Elf? Oh, that's me. Oh, I do like that.
Am I to understand correctly that the Painted Elf is a crow?
Oh gosh, he hates birds.
But yes, I am a crow.
As in a bird.
Is there another sort?
So the Painted Elf assaults helpless statuary with its feces.
If given sufficient cause, why not?
That is outrageous. The Painted Elf will stay away from me, or else.
I get a lot.
That's funny. See, these are actually interactions I've never seen before, because I've pretty much always played with, like, the good guy characters. Wynn, Leliana, Alistair. So, this is definitely unique for me. I'm willing to bet that Sten would have interesting conversation, too. This person's name is Varric? Is this the same Varric from Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition?
Watch for Piotr Nydukin. He's won the squad combat 4 years running. He has 11 decapitations so far. He needs just 3 more for the one-season record. Usading Bet, first cousin, son of Endrin's own sister, and a second cousin from the Canoldan Idukan line. When he was alive, Prince Trian called Piotr the Horns of the Idukan army. Front row seats at every grand proving since my father took me on his shoulders. Name's Varric. I got a controlling interest in a mine off the old Roostin Tig. But my backers know not to hand me a pick any day there's blood on the stone, if you know what I mean. Me? Are you out of your mind? I'm a miner, not a warrior. They change from round to round. Sometimes it's bare hands, sometimes weapons, sometimes pairs or squads. It's announced when the fight begins. That's about all the warning anyone gets. Sure, like King Endrin was just a noble. A proving is a sacred art. Any dispute brought to the proving ground is settled by the ancestors' decision, and no one can protest it. I'm telling you, Piotr will take the prize. You can put gold on it.
Nope, I will take the prize. So yeah, no, that's not the same Varric from the other 2 games. His name is Varric, I guess, but yeah, Varric, now that I think about it, it was kind of ridiculous to assume this would be him. Varric, I don't think was even born in Orzammar, or if he was too young to actually gain an appreciation for stone sense. Varric is strictly a surfacer dwarf.
Aha, you're back. Did you wish to fight in the proving today? Don't wait too long. The proving will begin as soon as everyone's ready.
Look, I already told the Proving Master I withdrew. Do you have to keep harassing me? Well, that sounded genuine. If you weren't looking for me, do me a favor and pretend I never said anything. I left the proving on my own business, and I have no intention of discussing it. Look, it's just, when I was younger, I had a thing with this Idukan girl, Revelka. Lesser cousin, nowhere near the throne. Her family wanted her marrying up, so they matched her with a BMO. But we didn't exactly stop seeing each other. She's married to a prominent Desher's heir. We should have stopped a long time ago, but I love her. Do you know what that's like? Now Bhelen found out, and I can't even help my cousin for fear he'll tell her husband. No. One of his fighters, a woman named Miyaja, she's the one who threatened to expose me. There's no way to guarantee that. I appreciate the thought, but they really have me over a shaft here. They have letters. Love letters Revelka wrote me. If they were made public, she'd be disgraced. Her husband would cast her aside, and I would be lucky to be allowed to die in a duel. You'd do that? I don't know how to thank you. I know it's my own fault, but I'd have married her if I could. If you can make sure that evidence doesn't get out, I'd be happy to fight in the proving. But you need to find them quickly. Registrations close once the first bout starts.
Okay. Alright, so we're actually going to leave it right here and pick up in the next video with the proving. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, maybe like the videos, subscribe to my channel, send me a comment. I read and respond to all of them. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a good night. We'll see you on the next episode.